Hello, welcome. I'm going to give it a few minutes and then we can get started for today. Hopefully my live stream is okay for today because for some reason it said to reconnect. So hopefully it doesn't like trip out on me or anything. But I think it'll be okay. I probably will be live for a little bit today. Definitely not as long as I usually go live for. I actually haven't been feeling too well lately, sadly, but I do want to get a certain amount of stuff done today. I do want to figure out how to get certain like vines on there and whatnot. I don't really want to do the type of vines I did in my last drawing. I want to do something a little bit more realistic, a little bit more detailed. So I don't know. I'm going to try to figure that out today. Me either. Nobody has. Yeah, it's honestly pretty weird to be honest. But hopefully it's not something too serious if there is something spreading around. I mean, I know sometimes it's definitely hard to talk to a lot of newer people and whatnot, but sometimes you just have to go for it, to be honest. See, the funny thing is that I kind of am still struggling with art block, but not like with the drawing itself. I know exactly what I want to do for the background and how I envisioned it, but the only part I'm actually having art block on is actually trying to figure out like the type of plants I want to draw and where I want it to be placed at. It's something that I'm definitely struggling with. I still have those vine sketches laid out on those pillars, but I still don't know how I want to go about like with the leaves and stuff like that. So I'm definitely still struggling with that a little bit. And I haven't really tried with the flooring yet because I still am struggling with that too, actually. But I do want to try that again here, so I don't know if I want to do the same type of flooring they did, that stone. But I could also try it again just to see what it would look like. Hello, welcome. I just realized something. What's up? What's up? Yet again, if my voice sounds a little raspy, I do apologize for that. I am still pretty sick. Yeah, you sound a little different. It is a little bit of a rasp in my voice that definitely makes me sound pretty sick. I mean, I'm not like that sick, but I definitely don't feel right, I would say. The actual voice. I have no idea. I actually have no idea. But it probably is because I am sick, but who knows. Hello, welcome. Hello, hello. It's nice to see a lot of you guys. Now, even though I am struggling with my art block currently, I still wanted to go live for you guys. I know there was a couple times I did miss a few live streams, mainly because I had stuff, just randomly come up or, stuff like this, but I still wanted to go live. And hopefully at some point I do figure it out. The Chicken Nugget King. It's a very interesting name, actually. Did you see the new Cat's Eye Gap commercial? I actually haven't. Okay, I somewhat have a vision with this a little bit. I don't think I'm exactly going to use the actual lines in general. I'll probably just use it as guides, but we'll see how that goes. For now, I'm just messing around just like how I did last time. Also, if any of you guys are new here, my name is Mochi, and I have actually a lot of drawings on my page if you guys want to go check that out. I usually take about, I believe, maybe a month at most for a drawing, sometimes a little bit longer, but it honestly really depends. We're also on the road to 2K, so feel free to subscribe and like the live stream. I am also using this as guidelines as well. Considering the perspective is a little interesting with this, I'm kind of just using the back center as a guide. I know the line is actually super crooked. Let me fix that up here. I'm just using it as a guide. Mochi, can you let me out of the basement? Of course. Yeah, it definitely is kind of hard to get people's attentions as an artist here on YouTube, but to me, that's perfectly fine. I'm not really out here for the views. I'm out here to share my creativity with you guys and also help younger or beginner artists in general, with art. Because we all start out somewhere, and I was definitely really, really bad at art at some point. Just using these as guidelines as well, I just have to turn it just a little bit. I think, I'm not exactly sure where this is supposed to be. I think somewhere like this. I think it's close enough. It's kind of close, but it's super, super crooked. So what I'm just gonna do is try to copy the other side as much as I can. I just have to keep looking back. So this side comes out from here. Maybe a little bit thinner. I guess it doesn't matter too much if it is symmetrical, as long as it looks like she is at an angle. So what I'm going to do now is, since I have guidelines here, I'm actually going to use those guidelines to make those bricks. I'm going to merge this layer together here. Okay, those are those lines. Okay, just merge it down once because I don't want to merge it all together yet. You gotta feed me, I'm hungry. Oh no. Yeah, we are not allowed to eat the chicken nugget king. We are not allowed to eat them. At this point, we might as well make you our mascot. That'd be kind of hilarious, though. Yet again, I won't be live for too long today. Just want to make sure I get to relax a little bit for the night. But even if I am sick, guys, I still love to do what I love to do. So don't worry about that. I am absolutely not forcing myself to do this at all. I know some YouTubers would do that, but I am not doing it at all. I do want to get done with this pretty quick here though, so hopefully I can actually get my art block cleared. Just making sure all the lines are erased. And if you are also new here, I also have my own community. If you guys want to chat in there or just share, you know, maybe your hobbies or whatnot in there, or even promote your YouTube channel if you guys have one, or post on it. You guys can do that. Feel free to do so, as long as you guys make sure that it is appropriate. Alright guys, so what I'm going to try here now, before I actually try to work on those bricks, I'm going to see what this looks like at a interesting low perspective here. Let me just circle that. Alright. Indeed, I actually do have a few of my subscribers that like to share stories in there as well. Keep in mind, I always check that daily as well, so don't worry about me ignoring you or anything. Sometimes I do reply, sometimes I don't, but it's honestly kind of up to how my mood is for real. But yet again, feel free to do whatever you guys want to do in there as long as it's appropriate. Because I do have a younger audience as well. So I changed the perspective on this a little bit actually, and I think I'm going to keep it like this. I just feel like it is so much better. It definitely looks more like a floor at this perspective. I just shrunk it a little bit just so it looks like she's actually on the floor. Yet again, these are just guidelines for now. A little bit about me, if there is also new ones here. I actually started this YouTube channel when I was about 12 years old. So definitely a very long time from now at this point, but I started at 12 years old and I've been drawing my entire life. I kind of recently started doing digital art, sort of, or at least it's still newer to me. I think I switched to digital art in 2023 around there, and I pretty much had to relearn a lot of the things I knew about art. So when you're switching over to a new medium like that, it's definitely a little bit harder, but it is really fun just to mess around with a whole new medium. I'm going to take out this again, and I'm going to actually try to use this to fix up those lines. So I'm just going to shrink this up a little bit and try to match it as much as I can. It's not going to be perfect, but as long as it actually looks like she's on a floor, that's all that really matters to me. This is definitely so much harder than I actually thought it was going to be. So maybe I'll just leave it like that for now. I don't know. I feel like it would definitely be more curved maybe, but let me just look at this real quick. Yeah, it definitely will be a little curved, which is okay, but I just have to figure out how to still keep that same perspective. I'm definitely doing so much better on the flooring than I did the last time I tried, so that's good. I'm going to start on those bricks now actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to curve this line here, just like that. Or maybe I should do, What I like to do is when I'm drawing like stones or bricks, I like to put like a little mark like that in between just so it kind of acts as like gravel. It makes it look so much more realistic. Hello, welcome. When did this stream start? It started about 20 minutes ago, I believe. I also won't be on live too long for today, sadly. Actually, I don't think I'm going to curve it. I think I'm just going to do the gravel look in between like that. And do the same thing on this side as well. Maybe a little bit more curved. Sometimes I definitely struggle with lines. It is super hard for me for some reason. I'm also going to do the same thing with this one and so on. It's definitely going to take a minute, but that is perfectly fine. Also, if you guys have any friends or anyone that you know likes art as well, feel free to share my YouTube with them. I'd love to have a lot of new artists in my page. I do have a lot of artists actually on my page in general, which is actually really amazing to be honest. But it also really helps out with getting to my goal as well. We also have a few weeks until we actually start those Halloween polls. And if I am not done with this drawing before then, don't worry guys, I will actually get back to this piece after those Halloween drawings. I do want to at least get 1 or 2 pieces done during October, if not maybe more. But I think I'll probably only be able to get to 2, but we will see how that works out. I love how crisp those lines look. I mean, this one's a little bit curved, but that's kind of how the line is supposed to go anyway. But I think that looks pretty cool so far. I'm also going to get this line as well. Try to keep it the same like the other one. I also will be going live sometime tomorrow as well. So probably around the same time, I would say, actually. I'm gonna do this one just a little bit thinner, actually. Definitely looking pretty good so far. I also will be doing the lines across this way as well, and I will be erasing like those in between parts so they don't cross, and that will be the grout for those stones or tiles, if you want to say that as well. Those ones are definitely very, very easy to do. Carlos, I was actually expecting you to say like the smell of gasoline or something like that, like something like really weird. I hope that I actually have the right perspective for this. I believe I do. I just don't want to end up having to do it all over again. That would actually like really suck. I accidentally made this part a little bit too thick. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to figure out this whole perspective thing. I know since these are changing and curving out a little bit, then these probably will most likely do something like this. I mean, it's definitely a little weird actually, but I have no idea. I'm going to try making this kind of like an oval. Maybe not like that. I'm going to start working on these lines now, just doing the same process like I did it with the others, except just the bottom top lines here. I'm also going to see what that looks like with it being erased. Definitely looks so much neater that way, but I'm just going to continue the process here. Yet again, I will have to figure out the rest of the flooring issue. At least I figured out mainly the front part. Looks so much neater like that. What do you guys think? Because I think it looks pretty good so far. It doesn't look horrible. I definitely could have done so much better with that, but I still have to figure out this area especially. But it definitely looks pretty good so far. It's not too bad, so I don't hate it, but yeah, I'm just gonna continue with these parts here. Uh-oh, I believe my pencil actually had died. I'm not exactly sure though. There we go. I think I'm going to leave it off like this for now. I do want to work on this a little bit more tonight probably, but I'm glad that I got a good amount of it done, and I think it looks pretty good so far, but I am not done with the flooring just yet. But I will also be going live again tomorrow and possibly even Sunday as well, so just look out for that. Sadly, I do have to cut it short for tonight, but I actually am glad that I hopped on here and I got a little bit done and that I got to talk with you guys a little bit tonight. But I love you all so very much, and I hope you all have an amazing night. I'll see you guys tomorrow.